Everyone, I think we just had some technical issues, so bear with me. I think we're at least a little bit good right now. Let me just see, making sure that there is no echo. Let's see, making sure. Okay, I think we're good. Yeah, sorry, there was some technical issues before I came on, so my apologies. And again, glad to be here this wonderful Tuesday evening. I'm very excited. Again, thanking everybody for being here, and for those that have reached out and appeared on this program to make it what it is. Just wanted to say a big thank you. I'm Dr. Nibega Adesanya, and today this is another wonderful show, the Dr. Inia Adesanya show. I changed it, okay, to from podcast to show. All right. Okay. And so again, appreciating everybody. I've had a lot of good feedbacks and just wanted to say a big thank you to everyone that has just said anything and appeared on this program. All right. Today I have another exciting topic. And I just decided to speak on this topic because a lot of people have reached out or mentioned this as a big issue, and that is marketing. So today I'm just going to talk generally about marketing, and not just marketing. I'm going to talk about organic marketing, right? Because a lot of people, small and medium-sized businesses, they really don't have the funds to go out and just spend so much money on marketing. And they said, okay, what can I do? Now, I know some people have featured on this program and have answered the question here and there, but I just wanted to really have a program that just zeroes in on organic marketing. Now, what is really organic marketing? Well, organic marketing is just using, just a sort of, should I say, natural way of marketing without really paying for promotions and content and all those paid advertising. It's not really, you're not paying. You're just, using your environment or what you can give, what you can do to make sure that you are actually maximizing the issue of marketing. You're marketing the your brand, letting people know. So this is really what this episode would really be about. Okay, so the very first strategy for organic marketing. And again, before I continue, many people have many ideas and many examples and many ways they do their organic marketing. Now, I'm speaking from experience, I'm speaking from knowledge base, experience and the knowledge base. All right. And so I just want to make sure that we understand that. Okay. So you might say, oh, but I know some more. That's fine. But this is because of what I've been able to I've seen with my clients, and I've also seen that it works also for me. Okay. So the best one is team up marketing. Team up, just like the name is, just teaming up with somebody, and not just teaming up with anybody, right? You have to look at your industry. All right, your industry. Now, looking at your industry, I'm going to give you an example. Now, if you are someone that is into a makeup artist, a makeup artist should team up with someone that is actually an event planner, because event planners are really into what? They're into weddings. There are many event planners do weddings. So teaming up, right, with an event planner as a makeup artist, right? And also, I'll give you some other examples, then I'll come back to what I want to say. Now, regarding the team up on your own, looking at your own end. Now, an example again is a florist. Florists can team up with an event planner, or even a funeral home. Everybody, when somebody passes away, say, oh yeah, we can send flowers on your behalf. All right. What about someone that is that is also into suits for men? wedding bridal dresses. Well, I won't be specific because bridal dresses we know, but like say suits for men. There are some that say, okay, you know what? I want to tailor towards people that do weddings, and so they connect with event planners too, right? There are so many. But there are so many aspects that we could just team up. You could so many examples. Now, teaming up does not mean you should be a partner. I'm not talking about partnership here because you might say, okay, no, team up is just that, okay, I know this person and the person knows me, right? So you're teaming up, coming together and helping each other out. Now, let's look at the other side. Now, it's not only team up on your own side. You're always receiving the referrals. No, also you have to also give the referral too. It's both-sided, right? Somebody might say, oh, you know what? My hair is messy, but I don't know what my wedding. Let's say you're also an event. Let's say that you are a photographer. You take pictures, right? And someone keeps on complaining about their hair. So, oh yeah, I have someone that's a hairdresser, right? That could actually make you look perfect for that photo shoot, right? And you can also the other way around. You come together as give and take. It's not only take. No, that will not work because let me tell you, if the person continues to give, one day that person will say, you know what? Let me look for someone I can partner with to also give me referrals. All right. So very important. Teaming up is it's organic. Someone would, this is how you get referrals because again, a lot of people don't have that millions and thousands of dollars to actually say, okay, you know what? I want to pay for someone that will come and sit in my office 9 to 5 and take care of the marketing for me. That's a very great way, right? Teaming up. Okay. Another way is blogs, right? Right. If you're not very good in writing, there are other options, but writing, I write a lot of I write things like, especially in the technical area, but I always have to continuously check what I'm writing because I am more of a calculation mathematical person. I like but I have to, so usually I also write manuals and things like that. So manuals for the technical field. But blogs is just any topic, especially not just any topic, right? Topics related to what you do, not a feel-good topic, okay? Not a feel-good topic, right? I often see how people analyze sport, and I said, oh my goodness, those that are into sports journalism, they are the way, if you sit down and because we are like, my family is more of a soccer family, and of course, I have a team that I'm rooting for football. I don't want to say it here because I don't want to say, okay, because of that team, I'm not going to watch her channel anymore. So I'm not going to keeping that to myself. But yeah, I have a team I root for. But soccer, my kids grew up playing soccer, right? But when you hear the way they analyze things, right? Because that's their area. So if it could be a hair product, if you're into hairdressing, a hair product, this is good, or how do you actually wear your hair when you want to go to the office? That's blogging. Where you want to go to the office, the person is a hairdresser. What looks professional? What looks laid back? What is a casual look for offices? Things like that. People read and get to know this person will actually know how to make do my hair for this party I'm going for. This person will actually know how to do a couple of things here and there, for me, because this is what I want, but I don't know the look. What look will I have? That's blogging. Not just on your hairdresser and you're blogging about what you planted in your garden yesterday. Nobody wants to know that as the hairdresser. If you're going to do gardening, that's different. So blogging, talking about what is it that, okay, this is what I do. Another aspect, remember, we're talking about organic marketing. If somebody sees, oh my goodness, she knows all hair, she knows a lot about hair like this, she knows a lot about hair, I'm going to go there. All right. Another aspect is videos. Now, if you're not very good like what I'm doing here, I'm actually talking about what I do for a living. I'm also an educator, but I actually have a practice. I have a firm, right? And so I like to share knowledge because SMEs, small, medium-sized enterprises, I really want to make sure they thrive. And most of these SMEs, they don't have that information and background to really know. Again, this is for educational purposes only. Of course, situations differ, that somebody might say, oh, this is unique to my industry, this is unique to my company, but this is just general information for you to have a good idea, a general idea. So share a video. Let's go back to the hairdresser, right? Share a video of, oh, this is how maybe this is a product you can use, or maybe you don't want to even talk about a product, or how do you maintain your hair after you do your hair. You can put it up in a certain way, right? You can tell them, okay, if you put it up this way, it will last longer, right? Or maybe nails, people that do nails, or this is how you make sure you care for your nails so that they will last. Okay, so that's, those are some aspects, writing, blogging, and also videos, right? Put things out there. It doesn't have to be a video of 2 hours, no, 10 minutes, something like, something that is really attractive for your target market. And I have to state it there before you actually start. Look at your market, your target market, right? Look at where you go. I mean, if you're a hairdresser, you want to, focus on where you can sell your product. Okay. All right. Then another aspect, remember we're talking about organic marketing, is networking. I said teaming up. When you network, you go to business meetings. So then who's an event planner. Who is a hairdresser. Who will team up with your business, right? It's all about who you meet in a networking event. That's where you meet people that, I remember one networking event I went how many years ago, before COVID, pre-COVID, and I just got a call from somebody that met me a couple of years back and said, pre-COVID, and said, oh, yeah, I wanted to start a business. I have some things I'm trying to get, but I remembered you and I have your number. I still have your number. And the person called me, and now, working and doing some things for that person just because of networking, right? Networking, it makes a huge difference. And when you network, show up. One thing that people want to see, they want to see that you are a reliable person. Show up, right? Show up for meetings. All right, show up for meetings. It's so important that you network, because when you network, sometimes when you go for this networking program or meetings, it's just buying a meal. Maybe you might just have to buy a meal or something like that. Is compared to the cost, or no, to the benefit. I always talk about cost benefit analysis. Compared to the cost benefit analysis, we could do that. Buying a meal is nothing when it comes to the cost and the benefit, because if you get a client, a customer from there, or a team of partner from there, you're going to make more money than just a meal. All right. Okay, so that's another option. Another option is when you make sure your family and friends share what you do. You have friends, oh my goodness, I love what she does. My cousin makes the cakes are fantastic. But you've not told somebody outside that your cousin has not told somebody about your cakes, right? People take it for granted. They just say, oh yeah, this is my cousin, my sister, is my sibling, is my this, but they actually can market your products. They can actually market your product. They can actually market your product. The referral is very, very important, because you might think that, oh, yeah, I don't really have anybody around. You have your siblings, you have your parents, you have your friends, right? You have your classmates, you have your, even colleagues. Some people are doing the side hustle, but they have colleagues, right? So it's so important for you to know that, okay? They have colleagues, they're doing side hustles, but they also have colleagues. So they can actually, just chip it in there. Somebody, oh yeah, you know what? My daughter is having her birthday. Can you bake that cake for me? Right? So just make sure that you let people know. Now, If you're not comfortable with your telling your colleagues, that's fine. You have friends, you have family, you have family, you have friends. And not only, people don't even, I would say people don't even think that I don't think I don't believe that people do things really on purpose that, oh, they didn't share. You have to let them know, please share, please tell people about it, right? People tell them to share, tell your friends about it. All right. Let them know what to do. All right. Some people, again, they don't, oh yeah, it's my cousin. Oh, she likes, oh, her cakes are nice. But have you told that person that loves your cakes, please tell somebody else? How many people have you told? Okay. Okay. Another form of marketing, organic marketing, is SEO optimization, where you actually have some indicators on your website that when anybody searches for those names, your website pops up, right? It's one of those that pops, or should I say pops out, one of those that pops out first. Okay, so look out for those indicators. There are different indicators for different companies, different industries. I would say industries, right? Different industries have different indicators. So make sure your website have those indicators, because so if somebody is searching, I remember somebody said, oh, I searched for a CPA, I needed a CPA, and the person just saw she said, oh, that's how I found you, and you are close by, so I just came straight to your office. So there are some things some words, some indicators. So find out what it should be, and make sure your website have those certain words, certain phrases, right? I mean, just do a search, because sometimes when you are the only person in the business, like you own the business at the beginning, you are the all and all. You can ask people to help you, but if you can't afford that, you have to do a lot of research and do a lot of work, right? It's doable. It's not like it's not, but at the end of the day, you can eventually add people, bring more people to help you. Okay. Okay. Another way to do organic marketing is free presentations. Free presentations. Now, you might say, oh, but why would I give it for free? Because that free, you're thinking free, you're going there and giving free presentations, would actually bring, even if you have one person, one customer, one client that comes out of that free, that presentation, somebody that comes and actually says, you know what, I want to talk about your product. I want to come and use your product. I want to know more about your product. I want to know more about your service. That is, I mean, you can't equate that cost, that time that you spend to somebody, one person. And sometimes you might not get anybody, right? But when you do get somebody, it becomes more than 1, 2, 3, and keeps on adding. So just do your best, do your very best to, make sure that you get you go out and speak, get platforms that you can actually speak. Some networking groups actually give people turns to speak. 10 minutes, 15, even if you're given 10, 15 minutes to speak, or 10 minutes to speak, make sure it's very concise and exactly what you need people to know, about your business. It's good to just introduce yourself and talk a little bit about yourself. That's fine. But don't spend so much time on that. Focus on your presentation, on what you actually do. It's good to say something about yourself, because it connects with the people there. So it's good to connect, to say something about yourself. All right. So, but do give free presentations. It actually people get to know you. People say, oh yes, and even if it's not exactly that time that you speak, I mean, you can get a call. Somebody can call you later on. I mean, I have spoken before, and somebody, 1 month or 2 months later, the person called me and said, oh yes, that I liked the presentation. I have a lot of work for you to do, and the rest is history. All right. So make sure that you go out and, here and there. Again, when you're giving the free presentation, do not Do not give give, should I say, give up everything, everything about some, maybe a process, maybe there's a process, maybe give highlights, like the process that you're supposed to be paid for. So don't go and give the whole, laundry list of everything that you're doing. Please just give highlights so that they say, oh yeah, can I come in and hear more about this? You're not there. I remember there was a time I was doing a newsletter, and even the editor said, that was the editor of my newsletter said, don't you think you're providing too much information here? So she said, because, you can get so passionate about what I do. And she actually called me up and said, I think you're providing too much information. I think you should just shorten it and give it just some highlights here and there. And, I didn't think of it because I wrote and was very excited, writing. She actually said that. And I said, okay. I'm going to redo it and get that done. So yes, that was when I just started writing, and that's when I started. That was a couple of years ago when I was trying to get some blogs and newsletter. But she actually said that. So make sure when you're presenting, you're not just giving up everything you do, and they will say, okay, you already gave it free. I'm not going to provide. I don't need your services. Okay. Now, some people actually, there's something that's actually very, should I say, interesting. Some people say, oh, I'll give you something free, but really at the end of the day, you have to, something accompanies the free. All right. So I see this sometimes. Then some dentists will send a flyer and said, oh, I give you, and you can do teeth whitening for free. Right. And I'm sure when you go to a dentist, they have to actually check your teeth. You don't just, let's jump into teeth whitening, because I don't believe they can do that. But, that's what a lot of people actually bring, mix and put together, right? Oh, yes. I just, when you're presenting, add that. Okay. Oh, you can come in and, I can give something free here and there, but usually it's accompanied with something. All right. So that they have to pay for. Okay, so yes, so presentations, awesome, very good. Is very important for you to do so. Another way to do organic marketing is join a online group, right? That I mentioned, an event planning group. Join that group if you're someone that is into products or services that relate to events. All right. Very important, and so this is just minimal cost here and there, because the goal, you don't want to spend so much. That's the goal of organic marketing, as much as possible, to spend less and get more, right? Paid advertising can really get expensive, but when you, stand up and leave your comfort zone, meet people, because some people will say, but I don't really like marketing, but you have to like that marketing to sell your product, to sell your services, right? Okay, so it's going to be at the beginning a lot of work, but at the end of the day, you will benefit from that. Okay, another way to do organic marketing is email marketing, email marketing, right? Now, I mentioned a newsletter that I started a couple of years ago. I'm coming back to, but I do a lot of other writings. But that newsletter, right? Some people have newsletters that go out maybe weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, and yeah, that's a form of email marketing, right? Something that, oh yes, this month I have something, maybe come for a discount or something like that. Things like that. So make sure the email marketing, of course, good. It's nice if it goes with an incentive. It actually brings, it actually makes people actually want to use your service or buy a product, right? So email marketing, right? Make sure that that it's something that is relevant, not just blasting emails like that. No, that's not good. But let it be something that they can use. They're even looking forward to that newsletter, right? They're looking forward, right? So these are, again, it's a lot of work because you have to allocate time. If you say, oh my goodness, how am I going to do all this? allocate time. You have to block out time. You have to block out time in your calendar that, okay, maybe every week or twice a week or something, you work it around your what you do. All right. Then, of course, right, the biggest of it all is social media marketing. Social media marketing is a great way for organic marketing, right? There's so many social media platforms, but make sure you're using the platform that is really related to your target market. There are some platforms that really are very popular within a certain age group. Make sure that if you're not selling things to that age group, don't waste your time to put it, post things there. Don't even do that, right? So look at what social media platform works for you, your business. Now, I hear sometimes people say, "Oh, but my friend," and I've said this before, and I continue to say this because I really want it to, I'm trying to drive it home. Some people will say, "Oh my goodness, the my friend that does this uses this platform, but what industry is your friend in? What age group? What is their target market?" So you have to look at what works for your business. That is the big key. What is it that works? What platform? Do some research, right? Do some research. Okay, this platform might not really work for me. The other platform works better because of my target market. Okay, very important. All right. So it's not like, oh, because my friend said this, oh, that's why I'm doing it. Oh, just following the trend of somebody because the other. No, what works for your industry? What works for you? All right. Now, you might not. I've given, I believe, I think is about 10. I've noted about 10, but you don't have to do everything. You don't have to say, oh, I'm doing all of them. No, look at what you know that you can actually do within because you still have to work. You still have to be productive within your office or whatever you're producing, right? If you have someone that is specific going that's handling that, then that's fine. You can do as many. But if you're the only one as an SME, then look at what works. There are some that you don't have to do so much, like the talking to your family members or maybe putting your name on in a group. But there are some you don't have to do so much work. But those that you have to do, like maybe posting always that newsletter, look at what works for your business. All right, is very important. Then as time goes on, you can actually add on. Look at what works, right? You can actually add on. All right. Now, usually I do bring somebody in to speak, to just a guest. But today I just said, you know what? Let me go through this organic marketing and see if somebody, or hopefully somebody will benefit from this, because a lot of questions that SMEs have is about marketing. How do I get my brand out there, right? How do I get my brand out there? All right. So I hopefully, I've been able to really put it out there that it's doable, it's possible, but you have to put in the work, right? And you have to be consistent. Like me, I have a calendar that I actually put in, things I need to do, bills, I have to put it there so that I'll have that there's a reminder. So you have to say, okay, maybe, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, all right? Or, and you don't have to have 5 hours a day for this, right? 30 minutes here, 20 minutes there, just to post something there, just for people to see that, okay, this person is available, this person is there. All right. So just wanted to put it out there. I hope this has really helped somebody out there, and that the person going forward will run with this. All right. Again, there might be situations that differ because of the peculiar nature of your business. Again, this is just general information. And if it works for you, it's based on my experience and my knowledge base that I'm sharing this. All right. Okay, awesome. Okay, now let's go to a couple of questions for today. All right. the question is, the first one is that, do I need to file tax returns yearly? Do I need to file tax returns yearly? Now, here in the US, I would say it depends. It depends on your, first of all, for how much you earn. And of course, there are other factors, but I'm just going to zero in on how much you earn. We have a standard deduction amount. And now, if you don't end up to that, usually you don't have to file. But I say that, you know what, still file. And if there were taxes that were withheld, right? Because you worked and got paid, you get that money back. And so, but if you're not sure, oh, what is the threshold, and you don't want to go through that, just file your return, because there's something that IRS does. IRS can actually come and file your return for you. If you are above a certain threshold that you are supposed to file and you didn't file, they can just come and say, you know what, they're going to file the return for you. You don't want that to happen. You don't want that to happen. All right. So make sure as much as possible. I mean, even though maybe you don't meet the threshold, there are some factors, but just get it in. I mean, if you don't have to file it, I mean, you can just file it and get it over with, because again, there are things within the tax law and rules and regulations. It continues to change, right? There might be something that just came up that it says, okay, things have changed. You have to file, even if you don't know. Especially, I mean, I don't expect business owners or even individuals, because a business owner also has to file an individual tax return. So I'm talking to business owners who eventually have to file a tax return, because if you're a business owner and you're getting a K1 from your business, let's say, to show how much you earn in that business, and it's added to your 1040, you still have to file your 1040, right? But again, you want to be sure that when I say you still, if you fall within the threshold that you have to file. But because of how things change, because of how you're not sure, that tax laws continue to change, you don't want to be in a position that I did not know. I thought I did not have to file. But look at, with these changes, remember, ignorance of the law is no excuse. You don't want to go. So I would say that you might not need to, but just get it done and just have it in there. Okay. The second question is there a cheap form of marketing? I talked to a marketing specialist and everything seems to be expensive. Okay. This is what today was about. So yes, organic marketing. But there's something that some businesses do. They actually talk to a marketing specialist, or a marketing strategist, not for them to help them in marketing, but for them to give them a strategy. Sometimes they say, give me a strategy. Then they pay for that strategy, but they implement it. So, so it depends. They pay for the strategy, then the marketing, the marketing strategist they do the strategy, right? Then they bring it to the business. So that might be an option for you. But organic marketing, honestly, you grow your business, you have to just be consistent. But organic marketing is something that really works, right? I'm talking from experience, and I'm also talking from my knowledge, the background I have. So it really, really works. Okay. All right. Okay. So moving on, my customer filed for bankruptcy. They can't pay me the amount owed. Can I deduct that amount from my taxes? Okay. Now, sorry about that, if your customer filed for bankruptcy, because it's not you didn't file, but your customer filed. So how do you treat that loss? How do you treat that? Okay, the customer filed for bankruptcy and you're still expecting money from them, and now you're not even going to get it because of all what's happening. Okay, now, usually there's something called, there are two ways you can act. Well, there are more than two ways, but I don't want to go into the many different ways of preparing your financial statement. Let's just talk about two ways, that very popular ways: cash and accrual. Cash and accrual. Accrual means that, okay, somebody bought an item from you. For example, someone bought an item from you, and when that person bought that item from you, said, okay, I bought it from, let's say the person bought it from you in January. This is March 21st. Maybe the person bought from you January 15 and said, oh, okay, I'm going to pay by March 30th, or let's say March 1st, or let's say even February 1st. Let's go back to February 1st. The person says it's going to pay you by February 1st. Now, because it's an accrual method, you said, okay, because you already sold that product, you're putting in your books as income because you have that money is due you because you already sold the product. So that's accrual. You put it, oh, revenue, I sold this product worth $10,000. So that $10,000 is revenue to me. When that person pays, I'll just put it in the bank and do an entry. I don't want to go into this because we're not doing accounting journal entries here. But I just want to tell you that because it's accrual, once you sell the product, you put it in your financials and say, oh, yes, it's income to me. That 10,000 is there, right? But cash basis says that. Cash says when I get the money, I record it. Just like the name says, cash, cash, cash. When you receive the cash, that's when you record, I received the cash. I received this thing that I sold. So that's cash basis. Now, if you are accrual basis, remember you recognize that $10,000 in your financials because you said, oh, the money is coming. So you recognize that $10,000, right? Now, if you are accrual basis and somebody went bankrupt and you said, oh, you're not going to get this $10,000 as income, you can deduct that $10,000 because you recognize it as income first, all right? You see that you recognize it as income first. So yes, you can deduct it. But if you're a cash basis, if you're the person that says, oh, until I collect cash, that's when I put in my books, then you can't recognize that bankruptcy because you never even took in the revenue. You never even recognize the revenue in the first place. All right, so you cannot take it in. Okay, so let's make sure we understand the difference. And accrual method is when you already made the sale, but you haven't received the money, but you recognize it as income because throughout you're expecting the income. Cash based that I don't recognize income to what I receive my cash. All right, that is it. Of course, the exceptions, somebody might say, oh, but the exceptions, that's okay. We're not making it complicated here. The exceptions, I know, but we're not making it, we're just trying to make it very basic for someone to understand, for everybody here to understand. Now, if your customer had just went into bankruptcy and can't pay you, then you can deduct it if you an accrual method, you use accrual method accounting where you recognize the revenue, but you cannot deduct anything because you never even recognize revenue if you're cash basis. I hope that makes sense. So the answer is, it depends. That's what I'm saying now. The answer here is that it depends. If you're an accrual basis person, you can deduct that bankruptcy amount, bankruptcy customer amount. All right. Okay. All right. So the next question here is, I wanted to start a business and I ended up not starting. Can I claim those expenses? Okay, so this is from what I understand here is that this person wanted to start this business, bought a couple of things and wanted to start the business, but the person never started the business. Okay, never. This is not someone that says, oh, I started the business, right? The person never started the business. Now, what the law says, tax, everything I'm talking about is tax law or IRS, anything I'm saying here right now, says that if you never started the business, if you never started the business, you cannot deduct those expenses. Okay, because it's not a trade of business at all. You were thinking of starting the business, and you went and bought this and bought that and bought this, and you never started the business. You never started the business, right? That those expenses cannot be deducted. All right, so just wanted to be clear. Now, if you said, oh yeah, I started the business, I worked for a couple of months, like maybe 5 months, my business operated for 5 months, and I realized this business is not really for me. I don't really think this will work. I mean, and then you have some money you already spent. Yeah, you can deduct those expenses. But honestly, before you even start a business, if somebody's in a business and started within 5 months, business closed, I would say that please make sure that doesn't happen to you before you even start a business. I mean, this person that's even asking this question, I mean, why would you anticipate to start a business, then you don't start it? Now, I know things happen. I'm not talking about when things happen. I understand that that is different. If things happen, that's okay. Things happen, something happened, you couldn't start, or you just decided not to, maybe something happened in your life or something. That's different. I understand. But some people, they get so excited and they just, do some things without looking around, doing their research, right? They don't do that. They don't do any research and say, okay, this is where I want, this business is what I want to do. What, I mean, is there a market for it? Right? Is there even if I get into the market, am I going to be, is this something unique? Is there anything unique in my business? I'm going to talk about that, because sometimes when you start a business, you just go, and not sitting down and looking at what do I do to make sure that really this business I'm getting to is going to make money, right? You're not in business just for the fun of it, right? And I'm going to one of my shows, I'm going to talk about that, because even if you're in business, right? Even in your business, maybe there's some things you didn't do at the beginning. You might need to strategize to within the business to see how you can be more innovative within that business if it's not working as you wanted it to work. All right. You didn't get into business to be frustrated. That's not your thing. You didn't get into that business to just face frustration. All right. All right. So we have a few minutes left. I want to talk about the new courses I have. We're having a couple of courses I mentioned last week. Actually, I wanted to share the webpage, but I'll do that next week. So the Global Institute for Advanced Learning, really entrepreneurs have access to training that they can actually go there and really take courses, right? I'm rounding up a couple of courses this week that will be made available. And so I'm very, very excited. Again, is GIadvancedlearning.com. Advanced and Learning is one, the full word, full is written out completely, GIadvancedlearning.com. So I'm very, very excited. And so I just wanted to share that with everybody here. It's been a lot of work, a lot of work to get some, the courses available, make the courses available. I had to record, so you will hear me speaking, giving examples, and hopefully it will drive it home, to make sure that it gives, the goal again is just educational, to make sure that people have access to knowledge, to just have access to know about, things that pertain to businesses. So again, it's been challenging, but I'm very happy that I've been able to get some of those courses out. I'm going to get more. I'm going to share the screen next time we meet, which is next week. And I'm very excited. So again, I'm looking forward to having all of you take the course, and just making sure that hopefully that you guys will be have more, should I say, knowledge base to do better in your businesses. All right. So again, I'm very happy to be here. I'm really excited for the courses, and also excited also for being able to be here today. All right. So it was great having everybody here. And then, of course, I really wish everybody the very best this coming week. And of course, we'll see by next week, by God's grace. Okay, bye for now. For having me. Remember to join my live podcast on Tuesdays, 6 to 6:45 p.m. Central Standard Time. Visit my website, dreniadesnia.com, for details. Till next time, bye for now.